welcome back to Drawing for Kids. To start off, let's go over what material you'll need. You need some Crayola markers, which you can use any color markers that you like. Next, you also need some paper. In addition to that, you'll need some black markers, such as Sharpies. Okay, so as I'm going along, I'll go step by step on how to draw this character, but I really like to invite you to add your own little twist to it to make it your own. There's no pressure to necessarily draw exactly what I have, but let's use that as a guidance to see what we can come up with. As always, remember to add in a little bit of your imagination to make it your own. You can do this drawing with your family and friends, and at the end of it, maybe check out how everybody's drawing turned out at the very end. Are you ready? So we're gonna get started. For today's drawing, it is inspired by my daughter who really loves these Sanrio characters. It's not her favorite, but it is one of the ones that she really likes. Can you guess which character it is? Well, let me tell you, it is My Melody. So for My Melody, I'm gonna start by drawing a flower on the top of her head. It's gonna be like a little daisy, but if you like, you can change it up and make it a rose. It could be a tulip. It could be any flower of your choice. Next, I'm gonna draw in My Melody's ears. There's one ear that's gonna be propped up, and the other one's gonna be kind of more floppy and like flopping down. So let's draw the second ear now. So now we're done doing the ears for My Melody. We're gonna do her face. So we're gonna make it more of a rounded face. It's not a perfect circle, but that's her face. And then we're gonna draw like her hat, where the divide is between, I guess, her hat and her face. And then we're gonna fill in her facial features, as in her eyes, her nose, and her mouth. So for her nose, I'm gonna do these ovals. I'm gonna fill it in with my black marker here. If you want, you can add eyelashes to your My Melody, and also you can consider making the eyes bigger or smaller and just have fun with it. Here's the nose for My Melody, and also a smile. Of course, you can change up her expression. She can have a surprise face, or she could be eating her ice cream. You can really have fun with this drawing. Next, I'm going to be drawing in her strawberry that she's holding. Of course, you do not have to draw a strawberry if you don't want to. It could be another fruit of your choice, maybe your favorite fruit. So what is your favorite fruit? Is it grapes? Is it oranges? Peaches? There are so many different ideas that you can include into this drawing, but if you're not sure what to draw, of course, you can draw along with me and do the strawberry that I'm doing for My Melody. So here I have her hand holding on to her strawberry. I'm just going to connect it with her arms right here. So now we have most of My Melody done, and I'm going to start working on the rest of her body and her legs. So here you can see she's sitting down, and then of course this is just one side of her leg. I have to draw the other foot as well. And then of course a tail for My Melody. And from here, I think we're almost done with the outline. Maybe we should add some seeds on our strawberry. So let's use our black marker to add on some little dots onto our strawberry. And now we're done. Now we're ready to start coloring. I love coloring. It's one of my favorite parts of drawing. There are so many color options, and you can just play around and use different combinations of different colors. When I color, I like to get all my colors ready ahead of time before starting coloring, and I put my markers together to kind of figure out how they look before I start coloring in my outline. Starting off, I'm going to use my yellow marker. I'm going to color in the daisy centered for our flower. I'll come back and use my yellow to color My Melody's nose as well. Next, I'm going to use my pink marker and color in her cape and a little bit of her hat. Of course, I try my best to color within the lines and fill in all the white gaps. It's not perfect, but that's okay. The most important thing is that you try and you practice, and over time you will get better at this. I think the most important thing is to enjoy the coloring process and have fun with doing artwork. So let's finish coloring the rest of My Melody. Now I'm going to start coloring the strawberry. You can use different types of greens if you want, or maybe you're coloring a different fruit. If you like, you can also add some background to this drawing to make it a little bit more interesting and help tell a better story. For example, maybe My Melody's at a picnic, so you may want to draw a picnic blanket with a blue sky, or maybe some trees and flowers in the background. Or maybe My Melody's at a birthday party, in which case you may draw like birthday decorations and maybe a birthday cake on the side. Or maybe she is strawberry picking, in which case you want to draw a basket with lots of little strawberries on the side and maybe some strawberry bushes included within. So those are some awesome ideas you can consider in adding background for your My Melody. Of course, you can also add accessories to your My Melody. Let's say if you want to add a fancy pair of shoes for her, or maybe a nice scarf. Those are also ways that you can make your drawing a little bit more unique. So I think that almost wraps it up. I'm just gonna draw the other side of her cape that I missed initially when I was drawing the outline, and I'm gonna color it with pink. If you enjoy doing this drawing, I would suggest trying it again, and I'm sure the My Melody that you come up with will look a little bit different as well. You can do a whole rainbow on My Melody, like for example, ones of red hats, orange hats, yellow hats, and have a whole collection of them. Well, that's it for this easy step-by-step drawing of My Melody. Thank you so much for joining me in this video. I would love to hear in the comments if you have other ideas for other characters you would like me to draw in the future. And that's it for now. See you in future videos. Take care and stay creative. Bye for now.